What do you need to know about going to law school part-time? Well, if you're planning on being a part-time law student, meaning you're going to be working full-time during the day and then going to law school classes at night or online, first of all, you're a superhero. That is so incredibly impressive. I do not know that I could have done that. And number two, we need to talk about the big differences in the way that you're going to approach law school than someone who is a full-time JD law student. So the first thing we need to talk about is time, because if you're going to be a part-time law student, your time is going to be limited. Very limited. And the reality is that most part-time law school programs, you're really not going to law school part-time, where a full-time JD student usually has 15 credit hours for that first semester. You're going to have 11 credit hours for that first semester. So really only one fewer class. And you're also going to be working 8 hours a day. So we need to be aggressively intentional about how you are spending your time. And that is likely going to look, number one, cutting down on certain steps. So not reading every line of every case to have a perfect cold call in every class, and limiting the number of resources you're referencing to build out your outline. Number two, that's going to look like cutting out certain steps. So not building full-blown canned answers before your final exams and not taking multiple practice essays outside of your midterm and your final. And number three, that's also going to look like getting help in your outside of law school responsibilities. So whether that's having someone cover some of your projects at work or getting help with childcare responsibilities at home, we are going to need to really dial in exactly where your time is going so that you can be a really fulfilled and successful part-time law student. The next thing to think about is grade goals, because most of us continue on to law school because we have been successful in school in the past and we are used to being at the top of our class. But in law school, we're graded on a curve, which means that a very small percentage of people are going to get A's in their courses. And so we need to be realistic about the amount of time that we have and the grade goals that we're going after. Because even though, yes, grade goals are completely based on strategy in large part, they're also based on time investment. And this is going to also depend on if your law school's curve includes the full-time JD students in the curve, or if they break the part-time law students out and curve them separately. The latter, of course, is going to give you much fairer footing to be graded against people who are also working full-time. The third thing to think about is the job you want when you graduate law school, because as a part-time law student, usually one of three things is happening. Either one, you intend to stay with the employer you currently work for. Number two, you actively want to change employers and go work for a law firm or a legal organization when you graduate. Or three, you intend to start your own law firm. So of course, number two is where the trickiest conversations lie, because you kind of have one of two options. One, you can have an open line of communication with your current employer to see if you can talk sabbatical or part-time work to allow you to go and intern for a law firm or legal organization while you're still working for your employer. Or two, you don't say anything and you keep it quiet, which I do have part-time law students that do. And then if and only when you actually get an internship, do you confront that conversation head on in the moment. Either option is completely fine and totally up to you, but it is important to start thinking about how you would like to handle that situation down the road. So yes, there are definitely additional pieces to think through if you are planning to be a part-time law student, but there are also superpowers and advantages that come with going to law school part-time. And that includes things like being able to actually make money as you work your way through law school so you don't have to graduate with a mountain of student loan debt. You also get to keep developing as a professional as you make your way through law school and the workforce simultaneously. And for so many part-time law students, going to law school part-time is literally the only realistic way to get a law degree, which for so many is a dream that they've had for years. And so definitely don't discount the part-time program as an option for you. It's just important to think through what those pieces are going to be so that you can make an informed decision and have a really amazing law school career and experience. So if you're considering going to law school part-time, drop part-time in the comments below and I will send you some of my favorite resources for part-time law students. So that's it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments and I will see you guys in the next video.